Reagan is supervising. He's sitting in my strawberry bed. The first step in making plum juice is rinsing all the plums off. So I have some of them in a colander, and I'm only going to take a few at a time so I can really rinse them well. The first batch is in, and I'm going to rinse some more and add more to it because you can see how full I can get this. Another nice thing about the steam juicer is I don't have to prick any of these plums. The steam will break those skins and let all the juice come out all by itself. I do make sure there are no leaves in the steam juicer. I did top it with 1/2 cup of granulated sugar just to help when it's breaking down, and wild plums are very tart anyway. Now I'm going to make the juice, and out of the juice I can make jelly or I could make plum sauce. And out of the pulp that's left, I can make a plum butter. I have about 3.5 inches of water in the bottom reservoir. The juice, of course, is going to come out of this spigot. I have my burner set on medium-high. I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm just going to let it steam. The steam juicer has been on for 10 minutes, so let's look inside. Oh yeah, see all that steam coming out? Soon, those wild plums will start to split. Let's open the lid after 20 minutes. See how the skins are splitting and the juice is starting to come out? The plum juice is also filling up the spigot, the hose, so I can drain it out. We ended up with almost 10 cups of plum juice. So we're going to make jelly. I have 9 cups of sugar. I also have 9 teaspoons of pectin, and I'm going to mix those together. Now this type of pectin, you use calcium water. And I'm going to use 6 teaspoons of calcium water. So I'm going to pour. The stove is on medium-high. I have the calcium water and the plum juice in there. Now, wild plums are very tart, and so I am using a little more sugar than I would otherwise. The sugar pectin is mixed, and the reason why you do that, because with this type of pectin, if you didn't mix it with your sugar, it would have a lot of lumps, and I don't want any lumps at all. And so we will just wait until the plum juice is started to boil, and then we're going to add the sugar. I already have my canner started. It's got water and a little bit of vinegar. And I put the vinegar in there just because of our water, and I don't want to have calcium build up on the sides of my jelly jars. All my jelly jars are washed and ready for the jelly when it's done. Now I am using pint jars instead of regular jelly jars. A couple reasons. One of them is that I'm actually going to give one of these pint jars away on my next live. The juice and the calcium water have come to a boil, so we're going to pour in all of the sugar and pectin. And I'm going to stir that in, and I want it to come back to a full boil, and I'll boil it 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm just going to stir it to mix it. And see how when you add the pectin to the sugar, there aren't any pectin lumps floating anywhere. It's just about to a full rolling boil. And you see how it has a film around the outside. Sorry, we're trying to fog up. It's so hot. If that's still there when I pull it off of the burner, I'm going to put a tablespoon of butter in, mix it thoroughly, and that will disappear. I'm mixing that butter so it melts, and that will help with that bubble, that scum that sometimes jelly has when you're baking it. So I'm just going to melt that and stir it around, and see how it's already starting to dissipate. I use 2 glass cups, one that stays in the pot and one that I pour into the cups. You always want something to make it so it won't drip, and so I have a little funnel. As you can see, I'm just going to pour it in. And I want about a 1/2 inch headspace. I like to use just a damp paper towel to wipe the rims off. It's easy to throw away. I can just keep turning it. And I only have 5 jars I'm going to can. And then I had a little bit extra. And I'm not going to can that. We'll just let that cool and put it in the refrigerator. When you put the lids on, you want it to be finger tight, not really tight. We have our jars ready to get lowered down into the water bath. I will actually cook these, have them boil for 15 minutes. Because of our elevation, I have to do it longer than what other people might have to do. If you're at sea level, you're doing it for 10 minutes. The 15 minutes is almost up, and when the bell rings, I'm going to turn the burner off and let it set in the container, the water bath, with the lid for 5 minutes. And there we go. 5 jars, pint jars, of plum jelly. Beautiful color. The smell was fabulous while it was cooking. Stay tuned and find out how you can win one of these jars in my next live. As always, like, subscribe, share with the world. Have a great day.